Hello dear students, welcome to the second part of chapter 10 circles. Students, in the last part of the video, we have covered the introduction of this chapter. We have discussed some basic terms regarding the circle. Okay, and also we have done there one theorem, theorem 1 of NCERT. Okay, and I have said that you have to do yourself the converse of that theorem. Okay, and my mistake, I have told you that is the second theorem of NCERT. No, okay, you should try the converse of that theorem. Okay, but second theorem is, okay, today we'll see that what is the second theorem of NCERT. Okay, but before that, let us see the exercise 10.1. okay, 10.1. in exercise 10.1, yes, while watching the video, okay, you should keep your NCERT book with you, okay, so that you can read the question from there. Okay, I'm not gonna write the questions on the board. Okay, so firstly let us see the exercise 10.1. after that we will discuss, okay, the theorem number 2. It is exercise 10.1. so the first question of exercise 10.1 is what? How many tangents can a circle have? Okay, so students, I have told you that what is a tangent. A tangent is a line segment which intersect the circle at one point. Okay, only at one point. And also I have told you that circle is made up of infinitely many points. So if circle is made up of infinitely many points, then it can have infinitely many tangents. Okay, it can have infinitely many tangents. Okay, students, so the first answer, the answer of the first question is infinitely many. Second question is fill in the blanks. Okay, in the fill in the blanks, the first part is what? The first part is a tangent to a circle intersects it in, okay, see here I have told you that tangent intersect the circle at only one point. Okay, so here the answer will be 1 point. Okay, the second part of the question is a line intersecting a circle in 2 points is called, okay, a line intersecting a circle in 2 points like this. Okay, I have told you that this type of line is known as what? Secant of the circle, and the line which intersect the circle at one point only is known as tangent of a circle. Okay, so basically the answer of the second part is what? Secant. Okay, secant. The third part is a circle can have parallel tangents at the most. Okay, a circle can have dash, there you have to fill parallel tangents at the most. Okay, so how you can understand? See, if at this point one tangent is there, okay, at this point one tangent is there, so the tangent which is parallel to this tangent you will get like here. Okay, so only 2 tangents can be there at the time which will be parallel to each other. Okay, see, if you will take the tangent like this will not be parallel to this. Okay, so at the same time, okay, at the same time 2 tangents will be there which is parallel to each other. Means what? That a circle can have 2 parallel tangents at the most. Okay, a circle can have 2 parallel tangents at the most. Okay, so here the answer of the third part will be 2. Coming to the fourth part is what? A common point of a tangent to a circle and the circle. Okay, tangent, the common point of the tangent, okay, and the circle this point is called what? This point is called point of contact. This point is called point of contact, where, or you can, in the simple words, you can say the common point of the circle and the tangent, okay, is known as the point of contact. So this is how we can do the second question of this exercise, okay. So just note it down, all the answers of this question. The answer of the first question is what? Infinitely many. Infinitely many. Okay students, let us see the third part, the third question of this exercise, okay. Coming to question number 3 students, question number 3 is a tangent PQ at a point P of circle, means what? There is a circle, okay, and one tangent is there. So in the question it is said that tangent PQ, okay, P is the point of circle also. So here P will be the point of contact. Are you getting this? Okay. The name of the tangent is PQ and P is the point of the circle. So basically we can say that P is the point of contact and one point is here, that is PQ. Okay. Here is the center O of the circle. So it is said that the radius of the circle is 5 centimeter. It is what? It is 5 centimeter. Okay. Meets a line through the center O at a point Q, so that OQ is 12. This OQ is given 12 centimeter. Okay. So basically we have to find this PQ. Okay. Suppose it is X unit. We have to find the length of PQ. Okay. So how we'll find? We know very well, we have studied the theorem also, that it will be perpendicular here. Okay. The end point of the radius and the tangent will be perpendicular to each other. This we have studied in theorem number 1. Okay. So here students, what we'll see, that in triangle OPQ. In triangle OPQ, since it is a right angle triangle, so you can say that hypotenuse square is equal to base square plus perpendicular square. Okay. So OQ is what? OQ is 12. So it will be 12 square is equal to PQ is what? PQ is, suppose it is X square. OP is what? It is 5 square. 12 square is 144 is equal to X square plus 5 square. When you will find the value of X square, this 5 square will be shifted. So it will be 144 minus 25, and 144 minus 25, it will be 119. Okay. So X will be what? X will be under root 119 centimeter. Okay. The unit is centimeter. D option is correct. Okay. In the question, it is MCQ type question. So D option is given, square root 119 centimeter. Okay. So just note it down, the solution of this question. Now students, coming to our next topic, okay, that is theorem 2. The question 4 of exercise 10.1 is very easy because only you have to do the construction. Okay, so that question you will do yourself. Coming to this theorem, theorem number 2. Okay, in the last part of the video, I have told you that theorem 1 that we have proved there and theorem 2 converse of that. Okay, but in NCERT, theorem 2 is given this theorem. Okay, so let us see that what is the theorem 2. The statement of the theorem is the lengths of tangent drawn from an external point to a circle are equal. Okay, means what? Suppose here is a circle, okay, and one point is there which is outside the circle. here is the center O, and this is point P. Okay, so if from P we will draw the two tangents of this circle. Okay, if from point P we will draw two tangents of the circle. Okay, then we have to show, suppose here it is A and here it is B. So we have to show that the lengths of the tangents will be equal. Here basically we have to show that the lengths of the tangent, see what will be the length of the tangent from this point to the point of contact. Okay, if this is tangent 1 and this is tangent 2, so the length of the tangent 1 is PA and the length of the tangent 2 is PB. Okay, so here we have to prove that PA is equal to PB. The length of the tangents are equal to each other if it is drawn from an external point to the circle. Okay, so to prove this theorem we will use the same format, that firstly we'll write given, then we'll write to prove, and then if there is a need of construction, then we'll write construction, and then in the last we'll write proof. Okay, so what is given here? It is given that a circle CO, R. Okay, this is the method to represent a circle of center O, radius R. A circle CO, R and two tangents from the external point P. Okay, two tangents, here you can add PA and PB. Okay, a circle CO, R and two tangents PA and PB from the external point P. What we have to show? We have to show that these two tangents are equal in length. Okay, now coming to the construction part, we have to do some construction. What construction will do? Just join this OP, join this OA and join this OB. Okay, join OP, OA and OB. Okay, we have to join all these. Now after joining, students, you can see that here two triangles are there. Okay, one is triangle OPA and one is triangle OPB. Okay, are you able to understand that when we will join these lines OP, OA and OB, then we will find two triangles, one is OPA and one is OPB. Okay, now coming to the proof part. So students, we have to show that PA is equal to PB. We have to show that PA is equal to PB. And we are having two triangles. So if somehow we show that these two triangles are congruent to each other, then by CPCT we can easily say that their corresponding parts will be equal to each other. Okay, if somehow we are able to show that these two triangles are congruent to each other, then by CPCT, corresponding parts of congruent triangles, we can easily say that these the corresponding parts PA and PB will be equal to each other. Now how we'll show it? Let us see. In triangles OPA and OPB, okay, in these two triangles, see, these are the what? These are the radius of the triangle, so they will be equal. This is what? This will be 90 degree. In theorem 1 we have studied that tangent and the end point of the radius will be perpendicular to each other. Okay, the tangent and the radius, okay, will be perpendicular to each other. In theorem 1 we have studied that here it is the relation of perpendicularity. Okay, so students, by what criteria we can show that these two triangles are congruent? If there is 90 degree, then you should know the criteria RHS. Okay, what is the full form of RHS? RHS, the full form is right angled hypotenuse side. Okay, remember in class 9 how we use this criteria to show two triangles are congruent. Whenever in two triangles, okay, one right angle will be there. Okay, hypotenuse means if this side is equal to this side, and side, okay, either it will be base should be equal to base, or perpendicular should be equal to perpendicular. Then in this case we use to show two triangles congruent by this criteria, right angled hypotenuse side. Okay, so here students, easily we can say that by RHS criteria we can show that these two triangles are congruent. How? See, R means what? Right angle. So in first triangle, angle OAP, and in the second triangle, angle OBP. Okay, both are equal to 90 degree. That will be equal hypotenuse. So the side which is opposite to the 90 degree is always hypotenuse. So this side is opposite to the 90 degrees. So side OP will be equal to OP, and that is what? Why OP is equal to OP? Because it is common. Okay, so hypotenuse also we have shown. Now one side we have to show. So here you can say that the radius of the circle will be same, means the side OA will be equal to the side OB, okay, which is equal to the radius of the circle. So students, by RHS, okay, we can say that triangle OPA is congruent to triangle OPB. Okay, OPA is congruent to triangle OPB, and if they are congruent to each other, then by CPCT we can say that its side PA will be equal to PB. Okay, so if the tangents are drawn from the external point of the circle, okay, then the lengths of the tangent will be equal to each other. Okay, so students, now you can pause the video and note it down, the proof of this theorem. So students, as we done the previous theorem, okay, in the same manner we can find some more results when two tangents are drawn to a circle from an external point. Okay, like the first result, that they subtend equal angles at the center. Okay, what does it mean? It means that if there is a circle, okay, and one external point P is there, and from this P one tangent is drawn like this. Okay, it is, suppose it is PA, and one tangent is drawn like this, suppose it is PB. Okay, and here is the center O. So students, here what result we have to show? We have to show that they subtend equal angles at the center. Means at the center they will subtend equal angles. Means here we have to show, for the first we have to show that this angle is equal to this angle. Okay, at the center which angle is formed? Angle POA and angle POB. Okay, so this we have to show that this is equal, And also the second one is what? They are equally inclined to the segment joining the center to that point. Equally inclined. Inclined means you have to show this angle, that this angle will be equal to this angle. Okay, so students, this theorem is not given in NCERT. Okay, but this is the result which will be important for us to solve the question. Okay, so let us see that how we'll prove it. Firstly, we'll write that given. Okay, so again students, what is given here? It is given that a circle CO, R, okay, and two tangents PA and PB drawn from external point P. Okay, two tangents are drawn, PA and PB. What is to show? What is to prove here? We have to prove the first part is what? They subtend equal angles at the center. Means we have to show that angle POA is equal to angle POB. Okay, and the second one we have to show that this angle, means angle OPA, is equal to angle OPB. Okay, OPB. OPA is equal to OPB. This we have to show that these angles are equal. So students, to prove them, what concepts here we will do direct proof. Okay, no need to construct anything because okay, these angles will made when these lines are joined. Okay, already. So here we will do the proof. And so what concept we have used in the previous theorem to show that two parts of these two triangles are equal? We have shown that these two triangles are congruent. Okay, and in the same manner we can do here. In the same manner, if somehow we show that these two triangles are congruent, then automatically by CPCT, means corresponding parts of congruent triangles, we can show that these two triangles are congruent and their corresponding parts will also be equal. Okay, so let us see in these two triangles, in triangles OPA and OPB. Okay, in last theorem we have used what criteria? This is 90 degree, this is 90 degree. Okay, hypotenuse is the common side and this is the radius. In the same manner we can prove it by the same proof. Okay, like firstly we'll write RHS. R is what? Angle OAP is equal to angle OBP. Okay, is equal to 90 degree. H is what? H is hypotenuse, so P is equal to OP. Okay, which is common also. And side is what? OA is equal to OB. Okay, it is equal to the radius. So by RHS, triangle OPA is congruent to triangle OPB. And if these two triangles are congruent, then by CPCT what we can say? By CPCT we can say that the first one is angle AOP, you can say. Okay, what we have to show here? Here we have written POA, so we can say that angle POA is equal to angle POB. And the second one, that is OPA, is equal to OPB. Okay students, so this result also you have to remember. Okay, see, in the first theorem, in the previous theorem, what we have studied? In the previous theorem we have studied that the lengths of the tangents will be equal. Okay, in this theorem what we have studied, that these angles at the center and the angle of inclination will also be equal. Okay, so these two are equal to each other and these two will also be equal to each other. Okay, all these results you have to remember. One more thing, students, I want to tell you here. See, if you see PBOA, okay, try to understand, students. If you see PBOA, then you will be find that this is the, here PBOA is the shape of a quadrilateral. Okay, this is the shape of a quadrilateral because four sides are there, four vertices are there. This angle is 90 degree and this angle is 90 degree. It is sure na that these two angles will be 90 degree. Means in quadrilateral PBOA, angle A and angle B will be 90 degree. Okay, 90 degree plus 90 degree. So students, see what you can say from here. The sum of A and B is 180 degree. 90 plus 90, it is sure that it will be 90. It will also be 90. Then A plus B is 90. So how much is left? We know that in quadrilateral total angle formed is 360 degree. Okay, and here 180 degree is angle A and angle B. So what is left for angle P and angle O? What is left for angle P and angle O? So here you can say that angle P plus angle O is equal to 180 degree. So this result also you have to keep in your mind so that you can solve the question easily. Okay, maybe some application is there where you have to use that what is the sum of angle P and angle O. The sum of angle P and angle O is 180 degree. How we can say? Because the sum of A and B is 180 degree. So what angle is left for angle P plus angle O? 180 degree. Because in quadrilateral the total angle formed is 360 degree. Okay students, so all these results you have to remember because these are the results related to when a tangent is drawn from an external point to the circle. Okay, and it is important also. So just note it down, pause the video and note it down. Now students, coming to exercise 10.2. Okay, 10.1 we have solved. Now coming to exercise 10.2. Okay, so what is exercise 10.2? In the question first is, from a point Q, the length of the tangent to a circle is 24 centimeter and the distance of Q from the center is 25 centimeter. Okay, the radius of a circle is, see what is given, from a point Q. Okay, this is given that there is a circle. Okay, and from point Q, this is the point Q. From point Q, the length of the tangent to a circle is 24. See, if this is the length of the tangent, this is the external point Q, and from this to P, the point of contact, this will be the length of the tangent. It is given that it is 24 centimeter. Okay, and the distance of Q from the center is 25 centimeter. This distance is given 25 centimeter. Okay, so you have to find the radius of the circle. This is 90 degree. So again the question which is same as we have done in the exercise first. How you will solve this question? By applying Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem. Okay, in here the hypotenuse will be what? OQ square is equal to OP square plus PQ square. Okay, OQ is what? OQ is 25 square. OP we have to find. PQ is what? PQ is 24 square. 25 square is 625 and here 24 square 576 is equal to OP square. So OP square will be, when you will subtract it, you will get 49 and OP will be what? OP will be 7. Okay, so 7 centimeter will be the answer of this question. Radius will be 7 centimeter, the first option. Okay. Now question number 2. In the given figure, okay, if TP and TQ, see one figure is given. one figure is given like this. Okay, this is point P, O, Q, and this is T. Okay, so the question is, in the given figure, TP and TQ are two tangents to a circle with center O, so that angle POQ is 110 degree. This angle is 110 degree. Then angle PTQ, you have to find this angle. Okay, just now I have told you, okay, that the sum of these two angles will be what? 180 degree. Means angle O plus angle T should be what? 180 degree. So if angle O is 110 degree, then what will be the measure of angle T? It will be what? 180 minus 110, that is 70 degree. So 70 degree will be the measure of angle PTQ. Okay? Clear? Okay. Now if you want, you can note it down. Now question number 3, you will try to do yourself, okay, by the properties of the theorems that I have told you. Okay, it is easy, so you will do it by yourself. Coming to question number 4, okay, firstly let me remove it. Now coming to question number 4, okay, what is question number 4? The question is, prove that the tangents drawn at the ends of the diameter of a circle are parallel. Okay, very easy question it is. See, it is given that there is a circle, okay, and suppose this is the diameter. This is the diameter of the circle, and here it is the center. AB is the diameter of the circle. One tangent is drawn through this end point of the diameter, and one tangent is drawn through this end point of the diameter. Okay, suppose this is L and this is M. So basically what we have to do, okay, or you can write it like, suppose this is the line segment AB and this is the line segment CD. Okay, this is more easy. This will be convenient to prove this question. Okay, so basically what we have to do, we have to show that AB is parallel to CD. In this question, we have to show that AB is parallel to CD. Okay, how we will show it, students? Students, we have studied the theorem that angle formed at the end of the radius, okay, and the means angle formed at the point of contact, okay, will be equal to 90 degree. Okay, so here it will be 90 degree and here also it will be 90 degree. It is sure, na? See, this is also the radius, this is also the radius, here also point of contact, here also point of contact. So these two angles will be equal to 90 and 90 degree, means angle, sorry, this is here, this is the point A and B you have taken. So suppose it is E and F. Okay, so we have to prove that EF is parallel to CD. Okay, now proof angle EAO, okay, is equal to 90 degree. It is shown by the property of the tangent of the circle, and angle CBO will also be equal to what? 90 degree. Okay, students, in class 9th you have studied a theorem that if two lines are there, okay, and one transversal is there, if the sum of these two angles is 180 degree, okay, then these two lines will be parallel. Why? Because they are the angle of what? Co-interior. Okay, so if the sum of co-interior angles is 180 degree, then the lines will be parallel. So here also these angles are co-interior. Okay, so EF will be parallel to what? CD. Okay students, this much only you have to write in the proof of this question. Just note it down. You can show it by alternate interior angle also. If it is 90, here also it will be 90. Okay, so if for two lines, if their alternate pairs are equal, then the lines will be parallel. We know very well. Okay. Question number 5 is also very easy. You will try to do yourself. Okay. Question number 5 is also very easy. Question number 6, again it is the question like the question 1 we have solved. So just try to do yourself. Let us see the question number 7. Okay. Just note it down. Now coming to the question number 7, students. Question number 7 is what? Two concentric circles. Concentric circles means the circles which are having a common center. Means, see, at the center O, more than one circle is there. Okay, and all the circles are having the common center. So these type of circles are called what? These types of circles are called concentric circles. Okay. So the question is, two concentric circles are of radii 5 cm and 3 cm. Okay, the radius of the larger circle is 5 cm and the radius of the smaller circle is 3 cm. Okay, find the length of the chord of the larger circle which touches the smaller circle. We have to find the length of the chord of the larger circle which touches the smaller circle. Okay, means, see, the chord of larger circle which touches the smaller circle will be the tangent for the smaller circle. Are you getting this? Okay, see, this chord of the larger circle touches the smaller circle, so we can also say that this line is what? This AB is what? This is the tangent of the smaller circle. Okay, now just join this. Suppose this is point P. It is said in the question that the radius of the larger circle is 5 cm and the radius of the smaller circle is 3 cm. 3 cm. Okay, we have to find the length of the chord. Okay, that is AB. So how will solve it? This is the question number 7. Here you can see, students, that the angle will be what? Angle will be 90 degree. Okay, by the property of the tangent of the circle, this angle will be what? This angle will be 90 degree. And if we want to find the whole length of AB, okay, and we know very well that in class 9th also you have studied that if a chord is there in a circle and from center we draw a perpendicular, then it bisects the chord. Means the side AP is equal to the AP will be equal to the PB. Okay, so if somehow we will get the value of AP, the same value will be of PB, and if we want to find the AB, we have to add AP and PB. Okay, so this is the approach of solving this question. Okay, so firstly we will see that in triangle OAP, okay, simply we can apply the Pythagoras theorem. OA square will be OP square plus AP square. OA square is what? It is 5 square. OP is what? OP is 3. It will be 3 square. AP is what? AP we don't know, so AP square. 5 square is 25. 3 square is 9. AP square. So AP square will be what? AP square will be 16. So AP will be what? AP will be 4 centimeter. Okay. This is what? This is 4 centimeter. So if AP is equal to 4 centimeter, this will imply that PB will also be 4 centimeter. Now if we add these two, AP plus PB, so it will be equal to 8 centimeter, and AP and PB will be what? AB. AB is equal to 8 centimeter. Okay, so this is the solution of the question number 7. Now you can pause the video and note it down. Students, whatever the topics that we have studied in this part of the video, just try to understand, okay, all that topics and questions that we have discussed. Okay, and whatever the questions are left, we will see in the next part of the video. Okay students, so thank you.